Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maggie and this is Maggie Budgets and Plans, the channel dedicated to my journey to pay down debt using the zero-based budgets and cash envelope systems. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and budget for my February 2nd paycheck from my full-time job as a nail technician. If that's interesting to you, go ahead and grab a cup of something to drink and stick around. Alrighty, everybody, we are back again, and I am much more awake this time and a little less loopy since it's not, 10:30 at night. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to be budgeting for this paycheck. Today is the 1st and tomorrow's the 2nd, and I get paid tomorrow for my full-time job. So everything with these little pink dots next to it are the things that need to come out of that paycheck. So I have already gone ahead and done some of the work and pre-filled out my paycheck budget worksheet. So the date of the paycheck is February 2nd. The income source is my full-time job as a nail technician at a nail salon. And then the total income for this paycheck is $1,369.45. I've already gone ahead and filled out the expenses that need to come out of this paycheck. So I've got my remaining rent payment, which is going to be $615, my student loan payment of $62, my care credit payment of $45, and then my debt snowball payment of $76. So let's go ahead and get all of these expenses added up. I just realized I jumped into this video and didn't greet you guys or say anything, just ran straight in outside of my normal greeting. But hello, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. I am feeling much more energized and awake and a little less depressed today. So that is a good place to be. So so those expenses total up to $798. I don't even know if you guys can see that. $798. I'm going to subtract my total income of $1,369 minus 1,369. Leaves me with $571 left over from this paycheck. Alrighty, let's go ahead and flip over and we'll put 571 up here. How do I want to do this today? I have already taken care of most of the categories in my wallet. Well, all of the categories have gotten some money in the last budget with me from my paycheck from my part-time job. I think we're going to try and put more money in food so that I can do the factor box for the next 2 weeks, not just next week. But we'll see how this goes. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's commit to $80 into factor, and we're going to leave that as a digital stuffing so that way I can have that. So 571 minus 80 equals 491. Next, we're going to look at my let's actually do things a little differently. Normally I go through I would go through the categories in my high priority binder, then my medium, and then my low priority to distribute the funds. However, I did do quite a bit of spending over the last few days online because I've just been so stressed, and that's one of my unhealthy coping mechanisms that I'm still working on improving. So I have spent a lot of money in the hobbies category, and then not a lot, but I did spend some money in books, and there's not enough in those funds to cover that. So I want to start by paying into these so that way I can just get them taken care of. We're going to do $10 into books, and that's also going to be a digital. That'll cover my ebook purchases. And then hobbies needed, how much did hobbies need? And Kickstarter needs money too. Kickstarter needs 35. Sorry, I'm jumping around. And I'll also probably just leave that as a digital envelope because I know that money is going to be coming out of my account soon. Let's do $60 into hobbies. I think that will cover the expenses that I did, and yeah, we'll go ahead and just leave that digital as well. we'll see how this goes. I've never left so much money digitally before. I might have to go to the bank and create some more savings account to segment this all out. But for right now, this is okay. Okay, so now that I've paid into food to make sure that I can have my meal delivery through Factor for next week is already paid for out of my last paycheck. It's the week after that'll be paid for now with this money. And I've already taken care of the money that I owed to pay into categories. That leaves me with $386 for my kind of more normal, regular cash stuffing. Hi, baby girl. Here's Miss Nova saying hello. Okay, go lay down. Nova, I'm sorry, baby, but you gotta go lay down. Yes, thank you. All right, so my high priority categories are car, dental, emergency, house, baby. I think Miss has settled in the back corner, so let's see how long she stays there. High priority, car, dental, emergency, house, medical, optical, and vet. And then what was once a high priority but now is separate is my work fund. So we'll donate that, denote, I think that's the right word, denote that separately. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. Okay, good. So we can do $20 into each of these categories, which is my goal to do ideally out of every paycheck, but that does not always work. But let's go ahead and do 20. And actually, we're going to do $70, or not 70, $30 into optical, because that will fully fund that category. And I really like the idea of having that fully funded. So if I do 20s in each of these and a 10 there. All right, so that means I've got to subtract 20, 40, 60, 80, 150. So subtract 150 from there. So that leaves us with $236. I think I'm gonna wanna do $10 into each of the medium categories and then the rest into the work fund. Let's see how many medium categories I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 60. And then back here, we've got Canva, TurboTax I don't need to pay into, but Canva and Preview each could use $10. So that's 60, 70, 80. If I subtract $80 from there, that leaves me with 156, which isn't as much as I'd want to put into work, but I think that that's the way to do it. So let's go ahead and do, oh, I forgot to write down what that number was. All right, what I'd suggest said is subtracting 80. So let's put 80 back. 236 is where we're at. Let's write all of these down. And let me grab another one of these pages. This one's not hole punched, but I just printed out some extras since I keep running out of space. So we've got friends, and I want to do $10 into friends, household, which is kind of just general supplies to buy, toilet paper, toothpaste, all that good stuff. Household gets 10. New cat gets $10 because I'm saving up to get a new cat. Travel gets $10. Waxing gets 10. And weed gets $10 as well. I live in a state with legalized recreational marijuana, and I take some edibles to help me sleep. All right, and then we've got Canva. Let's do $5 into the app funds. Those are definitely intended to be slow burns. All right, Preview is also going to get 5. So if I do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70. So I subtract that. That leaves me with $166 left to be allocated. And what I think I'm going to want to do to make this a little, just switch this up a little bit. My father's birthday is coming up in February, and I haven't planned anything for him in terms of a gift. So let's go ahead into the gifts fund. We're gonna put $20. My dad understands I'm building a business, so he's not gonna expect a huge gift. And then I do have a category that I'm going to be adding to this medium priority binder. I just haven't made the envelope for it yet, so I do want to start stuffing into it. And that's for Christmas. I meant to do that at the beginning of this year, but I forgot. And we are going to do, let's just make it $6. $6 into Christmas, which leaves us with $140 going into the work fund out of this paycheck. That looks weird. I don't know where my whiteout is, so we're just gonna do 140. Okay, and that is gonna go ahead and be in the form of 250s and 220s. So let's add up both of these pages and make sure this all comes together correctly. So I have 120, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10s on this page. 1, 2, 3 5s, and then I have one single dollar bill. Okay, so that means on this page I've got 20 plus 60 plus, oh, that's $15 in 5s plus 1 equals $96 is cash stuffed from this page. And then if I add up all of these, so we have 250s, which is 100, so I'll do 96 plus 100, plus 20, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20s, which we're gonna do this way, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, so 180 in 20s. Then we've got one $10 bill. So plus 10 means that cash stuffed, we've got 386. And then going into digital envelopes, let's clear this out. We've got 80 plus 60 plus 10 plus 35 equals 185. So 185 plus 386 equals 571. Nice. We zeroed out there fairly easily. That was good. I was a little worried that was going to be harder than it was, which is great. And I'm going to hole punch this right now so that I do not lose this sheet, because I really don't want to get myself in a mess of like having to rewatch this video to figure out what I allocated where. Okay, we're gonna put this right after this one in the binder. Perfect. Let me grab my little Post-it so we can fill out a little teller slip. Okay, so we've got, I need 1s, 5s, and 10s, and then 20s. And 50s. I need 50s as well. So I know there's only two 50s. Do I have any 20s on this next page? I do. So I have 1 plus 9. So I have 10 20s. So $200 in 20s. $10 bills. I've got 1 on that page, 6 on this page. So 7 $10 bills. I have 3 5s. For 15, and then one single, yes, one $1 bill. Let's add all those numbers up here to make sure this totals correctly. So I had 100 plus 200 plus 70 plus 15 plus 1 equals 386, which was the total there. Perfect. So $386 to come out of my paycheck tomorrow, which is great. Yeah, and then in terms of these digital envelopes, I think what I'm going to start doing is creating a bit of a ledger teller system, tally, I think that's the word I'm looking for, tally system of some kind to account for these guys. I do have an extra one of these, but I don't think that's gonna work. Let me grab. Alrighty, you guys, here is what I have come up with for kind of a quick and easy ledger for my digital envelopes. Let me show you here. I just grabbed a scrap piece of check paper, like list paper, just because it's what I had on hand easily. So I just have listed the different categories. So we have food, hobbies, books, and then Kickstarter back here. And then I went through and I did like a starting balance of 0 in these, and then books still had $3 left over from previous digital stuffings in that category. And then Kickstarter also started with a balance of 0. And then under food, you can see this is how I'll do it, is I just did, all right, so on 2-1, I added in $100, on 2-2, I added in $80, and then as I subtract things, I'll just subtract them out to keep a running tally of how much in my digital envelopes account is allocated to each of these subcategories, because I do have a separate account in my bank that I just use as my digital envelopes bank account. It's actually a savings account. So hobbies is getting $60 added to it. So this will be 2-1 plus 60. So it's left with $60 in the bank. The book fund is getting an additional $10, which means that as of today, it has $13 in that. And then what I'm gonna do, just so that I can keep track and make sure that when I glance at the bank that it is accurate. So as of 2-2, the balance of this account should be 180 plus 60 plus 13 plus 35 for Kickstarter. Plus 35 equals 288. So I should have $288 in this bank account tomorrow after I go ahead and transfer in the money from my February 2nd paycheck into this account. That is how much I should have available. And then next week, probably on Monday, when I do my budget check-in and unstuffing video, we'll go through and we'll subtract out the amounts out of these funds that I've subtracted out. So we'll see how this goes. This is very quick and dirty. I didn't really plan on doing this today, but this is where I'm finding myself, and this is kind of what I think I need to do. So yes, we will see how it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right over in here. I've already written down the debit card purchases so far that I've done that I need to account for in my cash and stuffing. So I'll add that page right there so that it's right next to everything else. And I kind of feel like this would be a good thing for the like half classic size paper from the Happy Planner. So that way I could even have an individual one for each category to keep track of. Something to think about for the future. But yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. We went ahead and did the budget with me for my February 2nd paycheck. I'm pretty sure I've said January instead of February like 20 times today. But my February 2nd paycheck, I will grab this cash out of the bank tomorrow, and then I'll go ahead and do the cash stuffing for both of my paychecks at the same time. I don't really feel the need to break them up into separate videos since it's going to be a pretty quick and simple cash stuffing. I'll just combine it all together. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time for that video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.